Hello, welcome back to another episode. For those who already know me, thanks for coming back, and for those who don't, my name's Daryl. So in this episode we're going to be working on this Honda Civic. This is in for our underbody protection package. So first of all we need to clean underneath, hence bringing it inside into the wash bay. So I'm going to put some of our pre-wash cleaner underneath here. We're going to leave it for a few minutes and then we're going to jet wash it off. Then we're going to have to leave it for the rest of the day to dry. Obviously we can aid it, but I can't guarantee that it's going to be 100% dry, which is why we leave it overnight. So then tomorrow, or in a minute for you guys, we get it on the ramps, we get it up in the air, and then we will get the underbody all masked up and ready to go. So anyway, as always, if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you've got any questions, leave them down below. My name's Daryl, this is Underbody's Done Properly. Sit back, relax, and let me do all the dirty work. Right, so what you can see here is our very fancy air jack. So this is capable of lifting 3 tons. It can also get wet, which is obviously why I'm using it. And it's got really nice, easy to use features, such as putting the airline on and simply jacking it up. Right, so now that's jacked up enough, that gives me enough space to get the underbody cleaner under there. And then once we've done that, it'll just be a case of jet washing it all off, making sure we give it a real good clean underneath. We need to get this wheel sent off for refurbishment as well. And then obviously it's all good to go for the underbody. Right, so we're trying a different angle this time, that's why you're down there on the floor. Hopefully we can see. Right, so we built this little contraption. So we've got a chemical feed straight through the end of the nozzle. So this allows us to spray a concentrated version of our pre-cleaner underneath. As you can see, we've got the cleaner on there. We've left that to sit for a minute or two. Now we're going to get it off. So as you're about to see, on this stage we have a special underbody cleaning tool as well. Everything's clean underneath, and the arches and everything's all clean. All I'm going to do is I'm going to jack this down, well, let the jack down, put it back on the ground, and then it's going to be left until tomorrow. What I will do today, well, in a second you'll see it, but it'll be later on today for me, is I'm going to get it on the ramps, get everything in situ, get it all ready, probably take all the under trays and everything off, and I'll just leave it for tomorrow and rest of today and overnight, and then tomorrow we can come in and get started on it. Now the vehicle is in, the vehicle is now ready to go up. So I'm going to get it up in the air. Once the vehicle's up in the air, we're going to get the tables underneath. Then I'm going to take all the panels and everything off under there. So then once the panels are off, it can dry overnight. Tomorrow should be a good day. We can get in, we can do any preparation and touch-ups and things we need to do. Once we've done that, put the coating on itself, leave it to cure, and then the car will be going on Saturday. So now the Civic is on the tables. It gives us full 100% access underneath. This is really important, whereas a lot of companies use like 2-post ramps, you actually cover the jacking points, and the jacking points are one of the first things that usually start to rot, because when people jack up, if they don't put the rubber blocks on there, it breaks the sill. So at least doing this, we can check all of these delicate areas and get full coverage. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to undo the bolts and all the clips, and we're going to take all of the panels off that you can see now, so we're just left with the bodywork. Right, so this is a really good example of why it's important to have this sort of service done, because These panels are obviously there to protect the underbody from impact on one side of things, and it's also there to help with sound deadening, and on vehicles like this it's usually to keep things a bit more streamlined so you don't get as much wind drag, therefore getting more miles per gallon or whatever the case, or performance, whatever that type of vehicle utilizes. But anyway, if you look at all the dirt on here, they literally just sit and grab dirt, and this is the first time I've actually seen like a fabric cover almost. This is some sort of like composite, but it's furry, so these are actually really heavy and they're really wet. I've just lent that one on my leg for 2 seconds and all the water's coming out of it. So if anything, these are going to cause rust on this particular vehicle. Underneath looks clean as a whistle, I'll show you that now. There's a little bit of prep to do, but nothing mega. But anyway, these are such a bad idea. This is why it's important. I mean, you can see all the dirt that's on there. It's like thick, sludgy mud. And all of that is pressed up against the bottom of the car. So all that's doing is holding moisture and causing problems. You can see it's like thick sludge. It's all just sat there. Bearing in mind we've already cleaned under here. So here is the underbody itself. Doesn't look too bad, it's pretty good. Give it another clean off and then we'll be all good. One last cover on the back, then we'll leave this to dry overnight. And once it's dried, we're all good to go tomorrow. So everything we do with care and precision. I mean, this job not so much because it is a newer vehicle, as you can see from the reg plate. It's only 23, so under here is pretty clean and tidy. But generally, on vehicles like this, if there are any issues and we end up breaking clips or whatever, which does happen more than what you think, we've got a very big selection out back of clips that we would replace it with. Hello, so day number 2. So the underneath of the car is all dry. It wasn't this morning, but I've had the heater on. It's currently 10 o'clock, so I've been here for 2 hours drying it all out, so now it is dry. I got a little bit carried away. As you can see, the sheeting's already under there. So I'm going to do a quick time lapse of me putting the sheeting on and all the masking up the back of the wheels. And then because it's a newer vehicle and it's a hybrid, I need to make sure, I think it's a hybrid. Yeah, because it's a hybrid, I already knew that, don't worry. I need to make sure that there's no like cable connectors or any temperature gauges or anything, not gauges, temperature sensors or anything that we're going to be spraying over. We don't want to do that. So I need to make sure there's going to be quite a lot of masking to do underneath this one. So I'm going to get under there now, get that done, and then it'll be a nice quick little time lapse for you, and then in probably about 4 or 5 seconds it'll all be done, and then we can start looking at getting me geared up and underneath the car. So anyway, I'll see you in a minute. Right, so underneath is sheeted, all the back of the wheels are covered, everything's all done. All I need to do is just quickly check to see if there's any sensors or any wires or anything. I will go under with a roll of tape. Once I've done that, I'll be getting my gear on and we'll be getting underneath. Right, so time for me to get my gear on. I'm going to get ready, I'm going to have my mask on, my whites and my gloves and a hat. I'll be back. Right, so now I've got my gear on, I'm going to get underneath, everything's set up, we've got the hoses ready, we've got the guns ready, we've got all the extra product ready, everything underneath is all masked up and ready to go. I'm really pleased with it, it's quite a straightforward job on this one. I'm literally going to get under there, get the undercoat on, and then we'll leave it to dry. Now that all the underbody's done, I'm out of my protective gear. We're going to let it all dry off. Once it's dried, I'll get the camera underneath, I'll show you what it looks like. And then it's pretty much it, it's done, just needs to sit and cure. So anyway, sit back, relax, let me do all the work. So the underbody's now complete, it's all finished. Everything's been done. I have gone under there and done a few little touch-ups on areas that we can't necessarily get to with the big gun, but then with a little aerosol we can, so I've done those as well. What I'll do now is I will try and disconnect the camera from the tripod, and I'll go underneath and hopefully get some better footage for you. So yeah, as time goes on, these videos are getting better. I'm finding little ways and things to do the underbody footage a little bit better, so I'll get that done now and then we can have a look. Right, so you can see we have covered all of the angles. As you can see, we always go up to the edge, so you get a nice tidy edge. There's no overspray on the body or anything like that. That's why we mask up where we do. A little bit of masking paper down there I need to remove. But yeah, as you can see, really nice job. Got up in all the little nooks and crannies. Got up in everywhere. We really do aim for 100% coverage where possible. Obviously we don't remove the exhaust and the heat shields and things like that, but we do aim to do our best. And things like the orange pipe, see down here, that's orange for a reason, so we've kept that clean as well. Right, so now everything's done, it's time to put these covers back on. And I must say these covers have got to be the worst thing I've ever seen, really. They're like a recycled fabric, so they just hold all the moisture, all the water. I mean, the side ones, I'll show you those in a minute, they've literally got sludgy mud on the top of them. So these are literally just holding dirt and moisture to your bodywork. So anybody with one of these cars, I would highly recommend getting this done underneath. I don't really know why these are here. I'm guessing it's for aerodynamics to reduce drag so you get better mileage. No idea. But they're such a bad idea, and that is heavy. It shouldn't be heavy. I don't know why they didn't just stick with the plastic. But anyway, let's get it back on. So this is one of the worst ones. As you can see, there is a lot of mud on there, and that isn't going to do it any good. Obviously I'm going to clean this off before I put it back on, but this is a big design flaw and they will pay for this over time, because, well, the people who buy the cars are going to lose out because this is just going to rust. Right, so there we go. All the panels are back on underneath. I did snap one clip, but I have replaced that with a new one. But yeah, it's all done, all dusted. I'll bring you back underneath again so you can see it as a finished final project. I cleaned obviously the mats off before I put them back on underneath because you don't want all that sat there. It's kind of probably pointless because it's going to get filled back up again anyway. But yeah, that's it. That's another job done, another underbody done properly. As always, any questions, leave them down below. Any comments, anything at all, just leave them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My name's Daryl, this is Underbody's Done Properly. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it.